and welcome into To Your Health. You know, as we start to age, one of the things we really fear an awful lot is the fact that we may take a fall. And sometimes the fall can be very simple, but some falls can actually even be fatal. So what we want to do is have some advice as to how we can maintain stability as we age. And I've got with me today Mia Tique. And Mia, you are an occupational therapist.
Yes.
And where are you out of? Are you?
I'm an occupational therapist, and I've been with the VA here for a little bit over 15 years.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you at the hospital or at the...
I'm at the hospital.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, today we're going to talk about
fall prevention.
Fall prevention.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And in September of this past year, we were going to have you come on and talk about a couple of things in that arena.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the shows were already done. But it still is important today because they don't just happen in the month of September.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned the fear of falling, because that
Right.
is a big concern, especially as we age. And as you
Mhm.
mentioned earlier, it could be very traumatic and sometimes even fatal. So for me, I take a three-pronged approach to fall prevention. So taking a look at mind, body, and the home. So mind, we're just going to be mindful. So mindful of things like our environment. So changes in surfaces, uneven surfaces, cracks in sidewalks, slippery surfaces. Looking at the types of shoes we choose. So mindful when we go out shopping, we want shoes with good support, nice soles that's going to help us keep our stability. And then as well as being mindful of multitasking. So we all like to say we're great multitaskers, but talking and walking while texting may not be the best thing for our safety.
No.
So that's definitely something for us to consider.
Yeah, we think about texting and driving being dangerous, but it can be just as dangerous as you're walking along.
Yes.
Stop and do your work, right?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
And for the body, that's kind of my wheelhouse as an occupational therapist. We want to focus on both strength building as well as flexibility. So with strength building and keeping our bones strong, we want to do weight-bearing exercises, strength building exercises that can be as simply as just grabbing a couple of canned goods and working our upper body, or walking up and down our homes. For that flexibility, usually that causes us to have to get out a little bit more. So we want to look at things like Tai Chi, yoga, and even dancing.
Okay.
You know, so a couple of our places that we can do that, because I'm kind of known as a thrifty therapist in my department. So,
That's
you know,
okay.
there's several local churches that have senior programs that have exercise components. Of course, we have Peter Crump here.
Yes.
That's very inexpensive, and they offer exercises. For the VA, we actually offer Tai Chi for our veterans. So check in with those, and then through the Central Alabama Aging, they have a program called A Matter of Balance, which is actually a formal program that they go out and offer into the community at various locations.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know all those things existed.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all there to help us out. But you were talking earlier about, you know, getting a couple of cans of soup or something. But that's upper body. Are there some things we can do to strengthen lower body
One thing-
that would be easy to do?
Yeah, one thing, if we don't have weights, then we increase the reps. So you can use simple things for resistance. There are elastic bands.
Yeah.
You can use your towel, placing your towel around your foot, using that as resistance as you extend your knee, lower it down, using your towel as you try to stretch your hips out. So just simple things around the home that, again, keep us, you know, if we have issues with transportation or, you know, just for financial reasons, things that we can do at home, so it kind of takes away those excuses for us with being able to get out sometimes into the community.
Okay. So we did the mind. We did the body. And number three
And
is the environment.
home. And
Okay.
that's my other wheelhouse too.
Yes.
There are several home safety and fall prevention checklists online. So CDC offers a great one. You can actually look at AARP offers one.
So CDC is the Communicable Disease Center out of Atlanta, Georgia.
So
Okay,
they
you just go to their site then,
Yes.
right?
So
Okay.
they have a great home safety checklist. AARP.org has one as well, and then the National Organization for Coalition on Aging. So if you kind of Google those things, they'll give you a couple of ones where you can go through and kind of just take a look at your home and see, are there some areas that you can tweak.
Right.
Our other big thing is decluttering, and we know that everybody is sentimental and we want to keep everything that we've
That's
ever
right.
had, but sometimes that kind of messes with our pathways, our walkways, and it makes it hard for us to navigate in our home. So we definitely want to take a look at decluttering. And when we remodel or we repair or we consider moving, we always want to look at aging in place. So look at those things that we might need in the future. So we may not need now. So if you're considering moving, you may not want to go to a 2-story home or one with a beautiful staircase leading up, because it may be harder for us to navigate in 10 to 15 years from now. So, and an occupational therapist is somebody that can kind of help you with that. We can come in and make product recommendations, as well as take a look at the type of housing setting that may be best for you.
Well, Mia, you are a delight.
Well, thank you.
It was so nice to have you here.
You.
This is wonderful.
I'm so happy to be here.
Great. And just remember the advice. It's just, of course, mind and body and then home. Look at those 3 things. Those are the best ways to prevent a nasty fall. We'll be right back right after this.